Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you all of you to the end of yet another day. With only a small smattering of days left. I think it's something about like either 82 or 3 days left of this year. And for those actually not in the know, what I did all the way throughout this year is that I did sort of like one of those things where I would make a video at the end of each day, just something to like tell myself about what I've been up to today, and it's basically what I've done is I've kept like a video journal all the way through this year. Some of it's mostly been documenting on like progress at on my job, other things and stuff like that, because I kind of want sort of my stuff to be that. Like I want to be preserved and sort of like being held as an example. This is including literally everything you see in this room right now. You see all my books, all of my material now that I just utilize and work into sort of like what you see right now. And it's literally, I would almost describe my room as almost like a half-finished studio where if there was more space in this room, I would absolutely like put a second desk up, put my tablet on, and then just literally work until people had to break down the door just to get me back to work or do something different. And I can't help but feel as if, ladies and gentlemen, especially because of how well the first week of the pre-show for RageCon 2 has gone, then the only thing I can sort of like think to myself right now is that there are many things I could do to improve it. I've never once at any point throughout this year, or probably for what's coming up, because if you thought 2021 was a bit of a very once-in-a-lifetime sort of year for me, 2022 is going to be, I'd say, even harder than that. And I'm just going to say this in preference right now for what could be coming up next year, is that no matter how hard the next year, and no matter how difficult 2022 is going to be, no matter how many twists and turns, just like this year we will see, and bear in mind, this year is far from over just yet, I'll still find ways to come out on top. I'll still find ways to make it. Because, people have always said they've sort of called me like a grafter. They've said that I have like a tremendous, a very hard, a hard, sort of like a very hard nut to crack. I'm trying to like figure out exactly what it is. Some people say is that I'm very, what they call determined. I have a very they say I have a tremendous work ethic. Basically, if there's something I want, I'll just go out there and work and get for it. It's as simple as that. This weekend, I actually managed to repay back all of my my late nana's inheritance fund. So I managed to work and repay all of it back, especially because, well, it would be coming up to 6 years since her passing, God rest her soul. And if I can do that, then I could certainly do far more than that. I know fine well that, if she's up there right now, then I'm pretty sure she must be, at the very least, proud that knowing her grandson's just doing what he needs to do. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like that's what it's like coming down to. I feel like I'm just doing what I need to do. Especially because earlier today, ladies and gentlemen, I had a very important sort of one of my VIP moments of this year as well. And usually when I do that, ladies and gentlemen, it means one thing and one thing only. I go out and buy cookie dough ice cream. I always buy cookie dough ice cream, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm on the verge of a breakthrough, or when I'm ready to change the game up yet again. And I think today, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be no exception, because I'll have to double check everything I've done, because I'm pretty sure we are now past the 2,000 video barrier. I think I've actually managed to do it. And that's not even taking into account just everything else I managed to do today. I managed to test out a stream on Twitch by using my Nintendo Switch, and I think it went pretty well. And, well, if by the time, you know, my Twitch, you know, it gains momentum, because I was supposed to be going live tonight playing Overwatch, but for some reason, Streamlabs was not really playing the game, so to speak. So it was a bit strange to see why that didn't turn out. I mean, I had a shave last night, and the hair's just growing back, and as you can see right here, even my infamous bald patch on my chin is now starting to grow some hair on it. So that's a... Okay, I managed to get some wax out of my ear just doing it. I can like sort of like feel it fall out of my ear. So yeah, you may be wondering, and I don't know whether I've ever explained this before, but whenever I sit down and have some ice cream, it means that I'm ready to explain myself. I'm ready to explain just what it is I have to do, and I have to go over exactly what's going to be happening next. Well, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is Monday, and Monday is usually not necessarily too special, but as I did from the beginning of this year up until the very last day of this year, I'm going to make each day going forward special. Because not just of the videos I'm going to put out, not just because of what I'm going to give like in between times to explain all the shenanigans and also everything that's going to be going forward from this point onwards. I know fine well, listen, if this video gets any more than I'd say one viewer, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all if this just got one view. You know why I wouldn't mind, ladies and gentlemen? Because at least one person out there is watching this. One person out there is listening to this. And you know what? If I can hold somebody's attention for as long as this video is going out right now, then I think that's all important, because it's something to have people listen to you. It's really something. And the only thing I can hope for right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that going forward, I don't let people down, or just I want this. I want RageCon 2 to work, not just to get my stuff out there, but to at least engage with people. I want this is like what I've spent all this year sort of like building up to basically. Why are my keys up there? That's better. I want to get back what I lost back last year. I want, well, I can honestly say my honor back. I want my dignity back. And to do that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to require not just everything in here, but like everything all around me. My friends, my surroundings, my possessions, what I have to show throughout all this year, and the few cubic centimeters inside here. Whew. The only thing I could just... honestly, if there was any way I could actually like summarize this video, ladies and gentlemen, is that I think it's time to get some sleep. I think it's time to just spend a night, or at least a couple more minutes, just sitting down, reading, or at the very least thinking, and just like spending a night under the stars, thinking about how I'm going to do this, and if I'm that hungry, then I'm going to have to do it. Because I think I've demonstrated before, ladies and gentlemen, you can either say you're going to do something, or you could just actually doing it. Doing something is far more effective than saying you're going to just do it. That's what it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. I picked that one. And I say, you've probably heard me say this before. You know what? I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life, whether I like it or not. Oh, well. You know, it is how it is. So, all I can say right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you think the first week was interesting, well, define interesting, I suppose. That's a fair enough case in there. But this next week, ladies and gentlemen, is just going to be... I look forward to seeing all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.